What's up, fishing friends? Welcome back to another episode of Burley Fishing. Today, we're doing another unboxing because you know what? Winter sucks and I can't ice fish, so I keep getting gear. But today specifically, we are comparing head-to-head Monsterbass versus Mystery Tackle Box. What I want to hear from you guys in the comments is which one of these you think is better and which bait from either of these boxes you thought was the best. What we're gonna do a little differently today is we're gonna compare baits head to head. So I'm gonna crack both open at the same time. I've brought the camera down hopefully so you guys can see the table a little bit better. You can see all my stickies from the past. I have way too many stickers. Look, we gotta put this one on here. And we'll compare them head to head. See which one comes out on top, all right? If this is your first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button. You're not gonna wanna miss the other videos that I put out because I promise, even though these are amazing, these unboxings are so fun, it's fun getting new gear, we do actually fish. It's a real thing. There are fish out there. I'm gonna catch them very soon. Stay with me. So subscribe, hit that like button, share with your friends that fish, and we'll see you guys all out here. Let's get rolling. Here's a nice little carp sticker from Postfly. Postfly is another box you guys could check out if you're a fly fisherman. I haven't unboxed any on this channel because I canceled my subscription, being that I couldn't fly fish last year because the waters were so high around me. Get off, what the frig? All right, here we go. Carpe the diem, seize the carp. It's from my favorite movie, Out Cold. First time cracking into these puppies. Now, at this point, I could build a freaking fort out of these things. If you guys ever played with foam blocks as a kid, probably build a whole fort out of these things as to how many I've gotten. So I'm not too surprised by anything anymore, but I haven't done these like head to head at the exact same time. So let's see what we're looking at here. I'm gonna pop them both open. Oh God. Oh God. Stay open. Here we go. Okay, two boxes. Gosh dang, do they look similar. So this is Monsterbass's new box. Their old box, if you guys remember, if you've gotten them before, is like the only square versus like rectangular style box out there. The only other like different box really that I've seen is the 6 cents 6 Super 6 Premium 6 sack, which is bag obviously, but yeah, these two you have like measuring, so I don't know if any of you have actually done this, but you can like cut this little thing out, take it with you, and measure your fish. So that's an option, sure. I'm gonna find the corresponding bait from each box, and we're gonna go head to head. We'll try to determine which one's better, and overall see which is the better box, okay? We'll start with the stickers, okay? Stick versus stick. Standard Monsterbass in olive green, grayish, I can't tell what color that is, but you get the idea. And Catchco always has like these nifty little creative designs. So shut up and fish. I think this has something to do with perchance the whole drama between Catchco and the Guggen squad versus 6 cents. And a lot of people are just saying, hey guys, shut up about the drama. And I agree, just fish. Like all baits look the same. Well, let's find out in this box which ones look exactly the same. What I do like about these stickers is they're kind of creative. What I don't like about these stickers is they're a little too creative. I'm not putting them on my boat. Most end up on this table anyways. So let's go ahead and real quick find a spot for these two stickies. It's coming very much like a Monsterbass. You guys see, like Monsterbass on this side, Catchco on this side. So this table's divided. Oh look, it's an easy sticker to use, obviously. Oh, I already ruined it. No. So you can see I'm great at using stickers. I'm gonna cover up my groove sticker a little bit here, RIP. It's okay. I'm gonna take shut up and fish, which I do like that statement. I agree wholeheartedly. Everybody could quit trying to cause freaking drama, but I will cover up part of my Guggen squad because why not? All right, so let's go back to the head-to-head. All right, what do we got in here? What do we got? We got, ooh, 20% off code, 20% off Yeah, I covered that up. You can look it up at maybe retailmenot.com, or it's probably just available on Monster Bass. But they're just reminding us there's 20% off swag right now, so that's cool. I like discounts. I like spending money. That's fine, right? We've got our pricing sheet for the MTB. This is the Strike King Takeover box by Monster Bass. So there is a crap ton. Apparently these are all in here. Crap ton of lures. So hang tight. Get rid of these cards. What is this? This is the Dibble Digest. Does anybody read these? Does anybody do the crossword? The crossword has 3 words, I think. I don't know, 3 or 4 words. So nobody does those. All right, let's get into these boxes so I can actually see these things. We're trying to go head to head. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Got these like a, here we go. All right, so we got some jigs. We got some jigs. Jigs. Okay. All right, so I've got it sort of divided up into plastics, jigs, and then we got some hard baits in the Strike King. So let's put these things head to head, right? So jig, we've got the Strike King Thunder Cricket. Okay, so we got a bladed jig. This is a, all right, so this is a Strike King chatterbait, right? We got green pumpkin and blue, just solid color combo there. I like it a lot. They've gone ahead and painted the blade. It's got black and blue on the blade. It's kind of nice. It's got a big fat head with eyes, sort of a wider style, right? So I don't know if you guys use ZMan. So ZMan's sort of the standard, especially if you have the jackhammer, as far as chatterbaits go. Most of my chatterbaits I fish are ZMan. This one being a Strike King would be my first Strike King chatterbait, but I mean, that works for me. We do have nice bait keeper on there. So we got sort of the ribs and the bait keeper hook right there. So that's nice. Plastics won't come flying off of here necessarily. Nice stout hook. Should do some work. No idea how it actually is gonna, thump in the water until I get it out on the water. Just hopefully soon. RIP fishing. So Stan Sloan's Zorro Bait Company, right? And this is a mouse head swim jig. So super tapered jig head there. Got the red eyes. Good color for waters around me. I mean, more like slightly stained waters, not necessarily muddy or clear. Bright colors like this are gonna do great where I'm at. And swim jigs are legit, right? So we can sort of slow roll this. We can pull through heavy cover. We can hop it on the bottom just like a regular jig. You can do all sorts of stuff. So this is really versatile. I love this. I also love chatterbaits. I don't know. Of the two, which do you fish more often? Let me know in the comments below. Swim jigs or chatterbaits, right? I know it depends mostly on the conditions, but we're going box to box right now. We're dealing with the stuff we got, right? Let's go ahead and hit, I don't have any more jigs in the Monster Bass right now, so we're gonna hit this. So we have a 3/16 ounce nano jig. Molix, I believe, is the brand we're saying. And what do we got? We've got literally just a little baby jig. A little baby jig, right? Super tiny, holy cow. I mean, probably like a 1/0, 2/0 hook on here. There's like 4 bristles on this brush guard, so it's about as tiny as you can get. This thing is itty bitty. So that's unique to say the least. I'm assuming, cold weather times, right? So early spring, late fall, maybe even the winter, not where I'm at, but maybe where you're at. If you're in, cold weather, but open water is not frozen solid, you could probably fish this and get those finicky bass to bite. So that's pretty solid. I love having, just unique baits rather than having all the same ones. I know like you get the ones that catch fish all the time. They're the reliable baits. Those are great, but I like to catch fish on different things. Nothing to compare to in the Monster Bass box for this. So right now, just so you know, we're comparing the Mystery Tackle Box Elite Box and the Monster Bass Regional Box. So these are like the bigger box. I think they're the biggest boxes that either of these companies offer as far as how many baits you get. The Monster Bass is the Midwest Great Lakes region. If you're interested to know like why I have maybe different baits than what you have, they do purportedly like have unique baits depending on the region that you're in or that the area that you fish, versus where MTB is kind of sending mostly the same things to everybody across the country. So that's one thing that I think sets Monster Bass apart from MTB. Excuse me. Oh, coffee. All right. So number of baits, number of things that you're getting in each of these boxes real quick. We got 3 plastics, 3 hard baits, 1 jig. So we're at 7 baits in the Monster Bass box. Over here in the MTB, we've got 3 plastics, 3 hard baits, 2 hooks, and 2 jigs. So we're actually at 10 baits, right? 7 out of 10. Yeah. So we got 10 baits in this one. So 10v7. Value-wise, I don't know. You know, a lot of these are MTB home brands. There is some ZMan in here, which adds a little higher value, but I mean, we've got Carl's Bait and Tackle. You know, I'm sure they own some of these brands. I don't even know what the jigs were, Zorro or whatever. Yeah, any of these could just be like third-party brands or brands that are based under, you know, MTB or Catchco. So value-wise, they're probably still equal, even though this is 10v7, right? Because this is 100% Strike King, and you guys know that ain't cheap, right? All right, so let's roll through. We've got next up, I'm gonna knock these hooks out and then we can go head to head with the hard baits versus the plastics. We've got some Jig Rigs, okay? So this is very similar to a Tokyo rig. I don't know if you guys have fished. Tokyo rigs are one of my favorite rigs actually to fish. Do a video on them later. I've actually caught a ton of fish on them. But what you have is easier to see if I just pull it out, throw it right in my hook box later, whatever. They've sent these before. I actually got a set of these, in a box 3 or 4 months ago. So this is nothing super new. But basically what you have is you got your screw lock hook. You got your screw lock there for your plastics. You're gonna weedless rig it onto this hook. And then this, what weight is this? 3/8 ounce. So this 3/8 ounce weight is gonna settle on the bottom. Your plastic is gonna float horizontal on the bottom, and then you can hop it across. You can slow roll it. You can lift it and let it drop, whatever you wanna do. All sorts of techniques work for this. When I was doing this in the spring, where I'm at in the Midwest, it worked really well on a Tokyo rig. Only difference on the Tokyo rig is you have a wire. You're gonna put whatever weights you already have onto that. I recommend like 1 or 2 tungsten weights. I usually do like a 1/4 ounce or 2 1/4 ounces because they actually end up clacking together, and you just fold the wire over the end of it so that they stay on. So that's kind of cool. This is different because you don't have to worry about putting a weight on or losing any of your tungsten worm weights or anything like that. So that's kind of nice, right? So cool rig, something I'll definitely fish with. It definitely catches fish. Is gonna do work, right? So yeah, I'm gonna throw it around. So that'll work. There's lead, not tungsten, but that's fine. I'm not too much of a picky, pretentious fisherman. All right, next up, they always have some Daiichi in one of these boxes. Daiichi offset worm hooks, real small wire hooks, right? This is nifty. I don't have any this small, so this will be a good variation that I can throw. Maybe some smaller worm plastics on there, which I have plenty from all the previous boxes. It's gone. All right, so, well, I still have 5 of them. Wherever that one went, it's probably gonna go in my foot. That's fine. All right, so let's go head to head, hard baits and plastics, right? So we'll go with these, let's get these plastics out of the way. This is everybody's least favorite part of the box. If you're a bass fisherman and you've been a bass fisherman for any length of time, you probably have 800,000 ounces of plastic on your wall or in some containers or whatever. I have literally right underneath us here. I just dropped one, like 3 of these full, so full that they're breaking. Like, I have too much plastic, but all that means is that we can fish a little more carelessly with it, right? Not worry about losing it. We can always catch more. So that said, I'm always excited to get more Ned Rig plastics because although they last a long time, the Z-Mans last a long time. Other brands do not. They tend to fall apart much faster. I have like the 10,000 fish creature ones, those tend to fall apart, but they catch smallmouth really well. And then last month's box, we picked up X Zone from MTB, right? So now we have some Strike King. So this is the Ned Ocho. Color is dirt, just straight dirt. I do like Strike King plastics, and I really like their packaging, mostly just because we have our little hole right there. It opens on top. I don't have to tear this thing open, and it can hang on my wall when I don't need it in the boat, right? So what are we looking at here? Dirt looks like a combination of green pumpkin, right? Spliced right down the middle lengthwise with some sort of like brownish black fleck. Brown, maybe a little bit of orange there. You can see it's got a decent amount of action, which is nice. Ned Rig obviously is very short, so the more action you have, the better. And if you can see on the sides there, we've got a ton of ribbing, so it's gonna move a lot of water. So this will be good. It's a perfect size, good color for where I'm at. That would be fine. It's going to catch fish. If you guys have seen my Ned Rig videos, you do like a hefty amount of catching. There's like 30 fish in a day typically. So first plastic, this is Monsterbass. We got the Strike King Ned Ocho. Versus, let's just go Ned to Ned stuff, right? Ooh, okay. Which one of these? I'll do this one first. All right, so we have two ZMan plastics, right? So the first ZMan that we're gonna get out of here is the Turd Hog, or the TRD Hog, right? So it is basically your TRD rig that you would put on like a mushroom jig or a Ned head, right? So the Turd Hogs in California Craw, so it's like a watermelon kind of color. So we got the red fleck, green. Obviously you can see there's a ton of action in these as well. With these legs, we've got all the limbs up the side, and then we've got the ribbing, and it's super flexible and stretchy like all ZMan plastics are with that Elastec. It's gonna catch some fish. They're pretty nice. They do pretty good. They're harder to rig than the regular Turd Rig, just because of the ribbing. But if you can get it on, like, it does work. It's kind of like fishing a craw or something with a creature bait, right? So that's nice. So Ned style Ocho rig or the Turd Hogs? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Next up, we'll go MTB first here. We've got the Streaks Curly Tails. You guys ever fished curly tail grub? It's a pretty classic bait. I mean, I feel like most fishermen have tried a curly tail grub at some time. So we have that nice curly tail there. So on the top and the bottom, we have sort of that placement for the hook there, so we can keep it hidden, keep you weedless. This color is Bloodworm. I think I have this color in a few other ZMan plastics. So it's like this brown, but it's got blue and red flakes all throughout, right? So it's nice and shiny. That's cool. It'd be a good variation to throw on a Ned. Of course, you can rig this like you would any of your swim plastics as well. So we got that from MTB versus, go with something similar, the Rage Menace. And I mean, personally for me, this guy wins. I've fished these guys all summer. The Rage Menace is nice, very nice. This is the Strike King Rage Menace. So first of all, we've got the nice clamshell packaging. We're gonna pop this open. So it's just green pump. Green pump. So I mean, you already know it's gonna work pretty much no matter what the condition is, right? So we've got sort of this ribbed body here, and then we have our nice little claws flapping in the water, right? Nice thing is they've got it connected together. You break it apart when you're ready to fish it. Keeps everything nice and neat until it's ready to go. Good color, tons of action. Can rig it on anything. I mean, you could throw this on a Ned head if you wanted to. It's just a little bigger. Offset worm hooks. You can flip it like a creature bait. You can throw it on a jig as a trailer. I use them on chatterbaits a lot. They're awesome. I've got these in a few different colors. So personally, that's me. What do you guys think? Curly tail or the Menace, right? Comments. Last plastic, and I swear we're out of these plastics. So this looks like another Ned rig style thing versus a gigantic fat craw, right? So let's do monster bass first this time. Again, anything Strike King you guys are seeing is from the Monster Bass box, just to keep this simple so you know which is which. But we've got the Strike King Rage Craw, right? So we had the Menace, is sort of that minimal craw look. It's a lot smaller. Claws and everything are a lot smaller. The actual full craw here. Okay, so we have the full craw. Okay, so this is June bug, Bama bug. Bama bug is like a June bug with a little dirt, right? So let's crank this baby open. There we go. I like the Bama bug though because it's got this green, if you can see it, it pops in the water really well. It's almost like chartreuse once it hits the water. But we've got obviously these green and black flakes and a little bit of purple in there, right? And then the purple from the plastic looks good. I mean, it's got a lot of action. The claws on these guys have a lip to them, so they're gonna catch and move a lot of water. Overall, great creature bait. You won't regret having some in your arsenal, I promise. Let's compare that to what the heck we got out of MTB, which was the Semitism. Semitis was you. Is a more tubed body craw, right? So a little finesse craw, right? We could throw this onto an offset worm hook, smaller size, maybe that small wire hook that we just got. Hey, let me find that one that's on the floor before I step on it. I got it. Yeah, so we could rig that up easily right there. That's a great size, actually. Let's do it. Dudes, I already forgot how to fish. Try again. Try again, Burley. Let's punch the hook through, rig it weedless. So I'd probably just skin hook this puppy. Check that out, right? So, I mean, it's still in my area. This is too big, but like this would be the size I would see maybe of a craw in the late spring, early fall. They'd be about this size. And you could definitely finesse this through some creeks and rivers and probably catch some fish. So pretty rad. So last of the plastics we had come out was that Rage Craw versus the Semitis baits. Anyways, it's more finesse craw, right? What do you guys think? Which one's better? Comment below. All right, hard baits. Let's get let's do the worst ones in my opinion versus the best ones. Here we go. Ready? We'll start with this guy, the boot tail. I just have like no luck with these types of baits, guys. So if you absolutely crush on them, tell me where you're at, how that works for you, but it does not work for me at all. This thing's heavy. Boot tail is what it's called. So sort of a trout shape to it. You know, if fish are feeding on little baby trouts or little bottom feeding type fish, they're gonna go after this. The boot tail's pretty nuts. That's gonna move a heck of a lot. I will say it's really heavy, so you're gonna throw this on some heavier gear, swim bait gear probably, and yeah, maybe catch something. Again, I don't really catch things on this. You do have like the treble hook hangers on the bottom, so you could throw an extra little hook in there, give yourself an extra chance. So we've got that guy from MTB. So we got a red eye shad, Strike King's red eye. So we got the Strike King red eye in that classic blue chrome with that red eye, lipless crank. You're gonna catch fish. Like this is just great. It's got some good sound to it. Hey, by the way, if you just like listening to fishing baits, let me know if you want an ASMR video. I can do that for you. Sounds really weird. But there's so many different sounds you guys could hear. It'd be great. Anyways, so we got this lipless bait from Monsterbass. Let's go back to MTB. I guess head-to-head wise, which one are you gonna fish more? I think it's a no-brainer. Oh my God, so much action in this guy though. But not really a direct comparison. I would fish with this. That's not really fair to MTB, but you get it. Next. Carl's amazing packaging. We have Carl's amazing baits, the Shiver crank, Shiver. So it's got that shimmery paint job you might have seen on some classic baits in the past. Deep diving crank, it's gonna go down 6 to 10 feet. Medium diving crank, it's gonna go down about 6 to 10 feet. A nice wide lip right there. Looks good. Very, very soft rattle, subtle thump. All right, sounds pretty good. Good size for right now, so I mean, that'll work. Let's go with the crank from Monsterbass. We've got the KVD 1.5 square bill. Okay, I love me some square bills, you guys know that. Square bills are a lot of fun, very versatile, work most of the year. And we've got what looks like, it's not listed here, but like a molten craw. So dive about 3 to 5 feet, which is pretty standard for square bills. Am I doing on time? We're good. Okay, we got the red eyes, we got the little spottiness, orange belly. Yeah, it's definitely a molten craw type color. So, comparison, which one are you gonna fish more, right? Comment below. Finally, last bait, here we go. We have 2 jerk baits, head to head, which is better. We have the Reaction Strike XRM 80. Coming from MTB, 0.65 ounces. What is that? I don't know. Whatever, 5/8, 3/4, something like that. Anyways, so it's like 0.65 ounces is what it says. It's a pretty light, finessey type jerk bait. You're gonna throw it on spin tackle probably. Give you about 2 to 4 foot depth, so it's right at the surface. Clear, white clear body. Got a little bit of an orange there, kind of like injured bait fish or something. So that one looks pretty tight. Don't have too many finesse jerk baits, so that'll give you a little variability. Then we've got this KVD Jerk 200. More of a classic colorway with that blue on top, sort of silver to clear through the middle, right? That one's gonna dive a little bit deeper, right? We got a little bigger lip. Colorway is Pro Blue, 4 to 7 feet. Okay, so a little deeper, right? So this would be high water column, lower water column. There you go. Sound wise, hook, finger. Ooh, heavy thump and rattle, light thump, right? You get the idea. More finessey versus more sticky hooks, guys, sticky hooks. All right, so jerk versus jerk. Who's the better jerk? That's it. We did it all. We made it. It was a really long video, but it was worth it, I hope, for you as much as it was for me. So, head-to-head comparison, guys, what do you think? Personally, for me, fishability-wise, I would say this Monsterbass had a lot more like stuff that I already do, power fishing scenario. Like I could just I know I could take just this box, probably a couple extra hooks and maybe some jigs just to handle some of these and some Ned rigs, right, for my Ned Ochos, and probably crush the day. As far as MTB, I mean, I'd fish this in the crank. I wouldn't fish this. These look kind of nice. Curly tail here and there. Turd hogs, hell yeah. Those will do it. I do like the light wire hooks. Those are kind of nice. We know these will potentially catch. This is a little more aggressive than the Tokyo rig. Tokyo rig, I feel like, is easier to fish with. Never fished a micro jig, so we can check that baby out. And then I do have one of these. I've actually not caught any fish on it, but I've tried it plenty of times. So now I have another one, exactly the same color, right? So box to box, personally, just fishability wise, we could crush on this box, I know, guaranteed. Probably 50% of the baits in this box I would fish on and probably catch fish. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you guys like unboxing reviews like this versus my other ones where it's more head to head. I think this is a little more fun for me, hopefully for you. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe and stay tuned for more terrible content. Hopefully some content where we actually go fishing. See you guys.